right off the bat, you're sitting very straight, but you look a little like you're ripping through your shoulders, like you're a little bit nervous, I'm going to take your stirrups away or something. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. Take a big breath that lets everything sink down. Good. Pull your shoulders down and back behind you as if you were going to squeeze a tennis ball between your shoulder blades. Good. With your eyes up. Good for you. Well, whatever they're doing to your hips is working, because if you hadn't told me there was a thing, I wouldn't know there was a thing. Good girl. And this is not the most big, supple, swinging, elastic mover on the planet, which I'm sure is not news to you. Nevertheless, I'm moving away from the microphone to see if that helps. Nevertheless, she's got to go just a little more forward, and I'm sure that there is a point at which you can run her off her feet and she will get quick and scrambly, but you are a long way from it, my darling. So let's hustle a little bit. Good. Go, go, go. Good. The idea behind working trot is that you are working and she is working harder. Thank you very much. Okay. Good girl. Even more trot. Come on, Mama. I know it's early, but light her up. Good. And if you're having to work really hard to get her to go, grip your heels into her for 3 strides, say, hustle your rear end, and then take your leg away. Good. More trot. Go. Come on. Go. Go. Go more. I know. It's Saturday morning. You can do it. Good. You've got this nice big arena. Use the whole space. As long as you can hear me down at that end, knock yourself out. I can see you. Good. Go, 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 go. Good. Like somebody's chasing you. Atta girl. Good. Nice, Jess. And I'm going to follow your lead a little bit. You trot, you canter, you do your thing. I just want to see everything. Good. But I want to see everything with some gumption. Good girl. That is your new working trot. Good. This canter is great. I like this energy. I think that if you were to ride her more forward, she would have a little Jack Russell Terrier on linoleum quality to her. So this is for sure your enthusiasm level at canter. Good job. Great. Let me see a little canter the other way when you're ready. And Jess, if you need a breather and I'm not asking you to take one, take one. Don't be a hero for me. I love that trot. That's an inspiring trot. The trot you had going on in here earlier was like Sunday going to church to be put to sleep trot. This is the Sunday night going home to pasta dinner trot. Atta girl. Nice. Look at that. Now she's a racing halflinger. Good girl. Very good. Good for you, Jess. That's excellent. Good. Awesome. You finish up your warm-up, let her walk, and we'll get to work.
Oh, that's all right.
You finish up your warm-up, you let her walk, and then we'll get to work.
Okay.
Good, with those shoulder blades back and down. Yahoo! Look at this thing. She's on fire. That one is just a little too quick. Just a smidge. There you go. Perfect. with any horse, whether it's pony, warmblood, Arabian, thoroughbred, doesn't matter. We should have everything available to us. We should be able to go too slow, too quick, too high, too low, too open, too closed. But then there's the good one, the one that shows off any particular horse to the best of their abilities. And she's not this huge, supple, elastic thing. So when she gets too quick, she scurries. She looks tense and hurried. That little bit there was just a little bit too quick, and you slowed it down this much, and then it was beautiful. And that's just, you know, with any horse, finding the one. Good girl. So you sit beautifully, you're quiet, you're tactful, you're not having to beat the snot out of her to get her to go, you're not having to ride in 27 bits and draw reins to get her to stop. Hallelujah, amen. So the next piece of the puzzle for me is finding a little bit of a rounder way of going. That she not just, you know, puts her head perpendicular to the ground, but that she makes a nice round shape with her neck, that she lowers her hips, lifts her withers, and creates energy that goes from her hind legs over her back into the bit in a round shape, instead of just big and open and forward and out into the abyss. Good girl. So we'll let her walk one more lap around. She says that was very exhausting, having to move at that high rate of speed. Poor puppy. How old is she?
14.
Awesome. Did she have another job before this one?
No, I had a home track thoroughbred for her.
Awesome. It's a little different,
Right.
but it's a little different. Keeps you on your toes. I had this really cool little Spanish stallion for a while, and I rode for the owner, and I had to ride my horses in a specific order because if I rode him first, everything else seemed gigantic. And getting on 16 two hands was like climbing the Statue of Liberty. All right, let's pick her up. So when I pick up my reins, whee, good girl. I like forward thinking. Forward's good. I'm too lazy to kick. It's too hard. Good. Let her walk. Let your hips move with her. And I'm going to treat your body like it's normal. So if I tell you to do something you can't do, we'll figure it out. But
I can do it.
that's the answer. Good girl. So when you walk on any horse, but especially a horse with not like the giganticest walk, let your hips move. Channel your inner Beyonce backup dancer. The walk is the one gait that I never want to feel quicken in front of my leg. I know that sounds nutsy, but when they feel really quick and sharp and in front of the leg at the walk, they're usually a little bit stabby behind. I want her to take long, swingy walk steps that are almost a little bit slow behind, so she has time to articulate those joints of her hind leg. She has time to bend her hock, bend her fetlock, bend her hip, bend her stifle, plant that hind foot under her body, pull, and repeat. Good girl. Yep. Let those hips swing. Good, like you're a runway model. One hip, the other hip, one hip. Tart it up. There you go. It's Saturday morning. Put on some fishnets and rock and roll. Atta girl. Your walk just got a point better. And I'm sure you feel like you're up there dancing the Macarena on her back. You're not. Good girl. So when I pick up the reins on any horse, I've got two options. One is to take back on the reins with my tricep and my bicep, with my upper arm. And what that does is it brings the bit into the hinge of her jaw. It encourages her neck to be higher and shorter, which on some horses is a good thing, not on this one, not on most horses. So my other option is to use my fourth finger and my forearm to sort of press the bit down. And I don't mean like this. I mean just, it's very subtle. But when I press that bit down, it pushes down into the bottom jaw. It encourages that jaw to lower and soften, for the poll to let go, and for her neck to become longer and lower. At some point, we will need to figure out how to make her both round and uphill. But right now, I don't mind if her neck gets a little too low as long as that jaw and that pole are yielding. That's where she holds her tension. She kind of takes that bit and sprints off like a dart to a dartboard. Good. Make your reins even shorter. And I do not, everyone hear my words, do not want you to waggle your horse's head around right and left. But have some movement in your fingers and wrists. Make the bit come alive. There we go. I want her to do exactly what she's doing, which is chew the bit. Good. Horses that hold the bit like this aren't soft. Ones that are opening and closing their mouths, at least they're moving those jaws. Good girl. Give her a little downward thinking pressure on that bottom jaw. Give her a little tongue massage. And use those reins to soften her, and then give back. And then use those reins to... Good. You're going to be very, very busy with your hand in a very quiet, micro kind of way. Good girl. That's already a ton better. There, for me, is your medium walk. It's got lovely energy. It's taking nice, long steps. Maybe I'd have a little more outside rein and a little less inside rein. Hi. He's like, I don't know about you. You're in big trouble. Good. When you're ready, let's go to trot. I get that a lot. Good girl. Let's stay on a big circle down here. Trot with some gusto. Come on. Light them up. Good girl. And now I want you to spiral this circle in. If this circle is 20 meters, spiral it into 18 meters, to 15 meters, and to 13 meters. Thinking about pressing both reins, but especially the outside one, down against her bottom jaw. Give her a little tickle in her tongue. And again, I don't want you pulling her head around, which you're not doing. But this thing weighs 900 pounds. And I'm guessing you don't, right? And you've got a snaffle bit on that I assume is not wrapped in barbed wire. Don't be afraid to use the bit. We gave it to you for a reason. I would rather have you be a little bit of a hard ass for a moment, get her to soften and then let go, then negotiate with terrorists for 45 minutes. Good. Use that bit down against her bottom teeth, then soften your inside hand. There you go. And when she gives you a good answer, give her a little pat with your inside hand. Say, yeah, good girl. Very nice. Good. Reins even a little shorter. So when you sit the trot, I want you to sit on the back of your butt. You know how jeans have pockets on the back? I want you to sit on the back pockets of your jeans. There you go. Good. Open up those hips. Open up your knees a little bit. Lean back over the back of her. Keep your eyes up towards the ceiling like Channing Tatum is shirtless in the rafters. That works. That a girl. Good girl. That was like, yes, please. Absolutely right. Good. Keep turning in. In. This is a little tiny thing. She can make a 10-meter circle. She won't fall down. Good girl. Work that hand and then let go. Yeah, good girl. Keep playing that bottom jaw, especially on the outside rein. Outside rein, outside rein, outside rein, outside rein. Even if it makes her bend a little to the outside, I'm not offended by that. Not today. Not for the next couple weeks. At least. Good girl. Now you're going to spiral back out. Wait. Keep turning in. This is this is the biggest 10-meter circle in the history of 10-meter circles. Keep turning. When you spiral out, I want you to try and make her butt hit the wall first. I want you to keep that right rein against her neck, like your neck reining almost. Not crossing your hand over, but the physical leather of the rein blocking her shoulder from going to the outside. Good girl. You keep that right hand. I just saw your right rein go limp. No limp reins. You can soften, but not limpy outside reins. And now spiral out. Look at you. You're a genius. Good. If you need to slide that left leg back to push her bum over, that's fine by me. Good. And yep, right rein. Yep, she's going to hate this, and I don't actually care all that much. Because this is not a democracy. Sorry. Good girl. Right rein. And draw that nose down and in while you push your little bum out. Atta girl. Good. Slide that left leg back even more, like you're going to kick her in the butt. Yes. Look at you. Child prodigy. Nice. All the way back out to the big circle. Out, out, out. Here's why this is cool. You are putting her inside hind leg into your outside rein. You are shortening the distance between her hips and her outside rein, and you are making her form a bridge. Good girl. And then relax that left arm. Roundness is something that, we have to address the neck as well as the back. Yes, we have to ride the horse from back to front, but if we have a front that's open and flat and floppy reined, it doesn't matter how good our seats are, how much we drive the horse. They have to have a front that can receive the back. Good for you. This is a nice way of addressing both at once. And if she surges off, if she runs, make a walk transition or make an almost walk transition. Give her a big, strong half halt. All the way back out to the big circle. Good for you. Beautifully done. Absolutely right. She's no fool. She's a girl, first of all, so she's a genius. And she's like, I could lift my back and engage my tummy muscles and make this bridge, or I could flatten and run like hell. Which sounds like more fun to me. I like the flattening and running part. So she's just going to keep trying different wrong answers. Not because she's mean or malicious. This is clearly a delightful animal. Good girl. Spiral in and out again. But you just got to kind of keep closing doors until she goes to the one you want her to go through, where she lifts her belly into that outside rein without running like a nut, without going too slow either. Good. Then give that left hand completely. Put a loop in it. Then take it back. There you go. When I say give that rein and put a loop in it, I mean straighten your elbow and put a big old loop in the rein on that left side. Yeah, there you go. Beautifully done. When things are really good, do that. Inevitably, today, tomorrow, next Thursday, she'll fall apart, and you put her back together, and you'll drop her, and she'll fall apart, and you put her back together, and you drop her, and she'll fall apart, and on and on and on, until one day she doesn't fall apart. Or maybe she does fall apart, but only 1 out of every 3 times, and then 1 out of every 5 times. Good for you. On the bit and on the aids has to become her normal. Good girl. Spiraling back out. Look at you. You're a rock star. Good job. When we get baby horses that are purpose-bred, or at least started to do this, horses that haven't had another job before dressage, we teach them to lunge in side reins that aren't like chin to chest, but, encourage a round shape. And then we get on, and the first 30, 60, 90 days are about not getting eaten for breakfast. And then they're on the bit in an age-appropriate sort of way, but they're never ridden off the bit. And so for them, that's their normal. She's 14 years old, and this is like the first time she's having this conversation, right?
Yeah.
We just have to program her that this is normal, and it's going to take some time. Add a girl sitting on the back of your bum. Good job. You are getting, that was beautifully done. You're getting really beautiful moments and then some skunky moments, but then you're able to fix it. That's all I care about. Let's change directions. Do the same thing the other way. Good girl. Elbows in at your sides. Sitting on the back of your butt. Open up that knee a little bit. Good girl. And we're going to do the same thing this way. You're going to spiral in and spiral out, trying to put her right hind leg into your left rein. Good girl. Yep. Thinking about pressing your 4th finger down into her bottom jaw. Good. Eyes up. Channing misses you. Keep an eye on him. Good girl. And then soften that right rein. Throw it away. Hey, look, nobody died. She mostly held it together. That's wonderful. Good. And if she's ripping your arm off on the outside rein, it doesn't look like she is, but if she is, then make a walk transition and soften that outside rein too. She needs to be connected. There needs to be some contact, but she's also not allowed to tear your rotator cuffs apart. Good girl. Turn that left thumb up, like you've got an ice cream cone in your outside hand. I take ice cream very seriously. Don't drop the ice cream. Good girl. Very nice. And then spiral back out. Don't be afraid to slide that right leg back and kick her in the butt. Good. Oh, she just called me a 4-letter word. I'm okay with that. I've been called worse. Good. Keep that left rein. Give that left jaw a little tongue massage. She's like, I don't know about this left rein. I like the right rein. Good girl. There we go. Look at that. And oh, by the way, when you've got that inside leg on and you've got that outside rein on, and you let go of the inside rein, she stays in a little bit of inside bend, because bend is about her belly. It's not about the rein. It's not about the neck. Good for you. Yeah, and when she starts to let go, it starts to look like somebody's taken a animal balloon, and inflated it right underneath her cute little fluffy mane. That's what we want. That's that top line muscle. We want someone to puff that muscle out so that she uses her muscles to carry herself instead of your rotator cuff and her bones. Good for you. You need a breather, or can we go to canter?
What's that?
Do you need a breather, or can we go to canter?
Okay.
Ah, got it, girl. Bring it on. Good. Now, in your canter, lean way back over the back of your butt, like there's a $100 bill under there. If it flies out, I'm going shopping for shoes. Good. It's okay. I have zero problem with that. Good. You're going to spiral the canter in. You're not going to go in quite as far. Maybe, 15 meters. Good. But lean way back. Bang that pretty Charles Owen into the back of her butt. Good. Good. Get a concussion. Not really. Good. Now spiral back out. You keep that left hand. Good. Take your time. Good girl. Yep. So, take your time when she breaks from canter to trot. I would rather have you take a moment, get organized, and pick up canter again like a lady, instead of go, and scramble and run into it, and now we're off to the races. Beautifully done. Absolutely right. She's not quitting because she's lazy. This thing's plenty going. She bailed on you because she said, whoa, 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 whoa. You want me to lift and canter at the same time? Clearly you're delusional. Good girl. Lean back, lean back, lean back. Good job. And spiral out. Good. One more time, in and out. And I don't care if you make this circle a little bit of an oval, if you push out more on the open sides where you've got a little more room. It's okay. This is a way harder exercise at the canter. And that is totally okay. Take your time. Yeah, good girl. Take your time. Beautifully managed. I got no problem with that. And if you've asked nicely for her to slow down and get it together, make a walk transition. Whoa, damn it. There you go. And then back to trot. And if she's still scrambling, walk again. Okay. Thank God she's going. Hallelujah. But she's got to use her forward for good and not for evil. Good. Super. Excellent. Left thumb up. You clearly don't have the same relationship with ice cream that I do. Good girl. All the way back out. And when you get out to that big circle, exhale into trot. Still thinking inside leg to outside rein. You draw that nose in. Come on. Yep. 0.5 mile an hour less trot. I've created a monster. I love it. Nobody ever got in trouble going too forward. Good girl. Little slower still. I applaud your ambition. Good. One more time, in and out in the trot. He's like, you want forward? I'll give you a forward. Good. Spiral in. Use your spiral in to control the speed. It's much harder to scamper around a 10-meter circle than it is around a 20-meter circle. Good girl. I love this thing. She's just the right amount of obnoxious. She looks fun. She's like, I am a good, kind soul who will never get you into any trouble, but I'm not going to give it to you for free either. God bless him. Good girl. You keep that outside ring. Good. Yes, ma'am. Oh, look at little Miss Big Shot figuring it out. Atta girl. If she's still scurrying, make the circle smaller.
Oh gosh, the boys
Yep.
are running.
Yep, that's just hard cheese. She's got to figure it out. Yes, ma'am. And then spiral back out. Good. You put that right hind leg into your left rein. Good. Drive it up there. Good. You keep that left arm playing a little tune into her left jaw. Work those fingers. Work that left wrist. Yes, ma'am. Excellent. And now let her walk for a second. Phew. All right. Good. We'll let her walk for a second, and then we'll do the same thing the other way.
You want to take your vest off?
What a great kid. He's like, bring it.
Yeah.
Hi. We'll give her one more lap around. She's puffing a little. It's unseasonably warm, for which I am very grateful.
I expected 60 in December. We shaved all the hair off.
Right? Yeah. I'm sure it'll be cold and unpleasant any day now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 70 at my house today. We're power washing all the horse trailers. We're like, We are about to do round 3 of body clipping on about half the horses, which is just insane. Our regional finals are really late. They're in October. And so inevitably, like the week before, everyone starts growing a coat that's not quite long enough to cut off. But if you don't cut it off, then they're going to look like yaks at the horse show. So we have to cut it off early, and then 2 weeks later, they look like shorn yaks, which is really delightful. All right, let's pick her back up again. Good. Let those hips walk. Channel your inner Shakira. Atta girl. And you know how you can post slower than their trot rhythm to control a quick horse? You can do the same thing in the walk, and eventually one day with this horse's canter, when she's a little bit more packaged, you're going to be able to kind of ride into her the rhythm that you want. She wants to kind of scurry in her walk. Follow 1 beat slow. Push your hips down into her 1 at a time. Half a beat off of her. 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. Remember, across the board, this is not unique to her. Walks should not feel quick and in front of the leg. I don't want them walking like they're dying either. But particularly with the ones who want to get a little quick and a little edgy, when they break to trot, it's not because they're going too forward, it's because they're actually behind the leg. They'd rather shuffle than really take long steps behind. So you've got to ride into her the rhythm that you want. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good girl. And the ones that get a little quick and a little hot, she's not hot, which is a delight. But the ones like, I would imagine your off-track thoroughbred could probably be like this on a bad day, that want to get a little skittery, they hold you hostage. They say, if you move, I'm going to break. You know what we do? Move all over the place. You gotta desensitize them a little bit. You gotta take the hair trigger off. There you go. Under no circumstances is a horse ever allowed to tell you what you can and cannot do, particularly if what you cannot do is touch them. Good. Shorten your reins just a little more. Absolutely right. And keep that hand pliable. I know that she's probably capable of being a little bit strong. Your strength isn't in your muscles, it's in your timing. Roll that wrist around and drop it 1,000,000 times a second. She can't pull on what's not there. Good girl. When you're ready, go to trot. Hips underneath you, tummy muscles strong, and that beautiful Channing Tatum shirtless up in the rafters. Good girl. Let's start with that spiral in and out at trot. This is such a great exercise. It does so much of the work for you. And it's a little bit about programming into her this new way of going for a little while. This may be your life for a couple weeks. And that's okay. Good girl. Half a mile an hour more trot. I know, managing her speed is a little bit like a car with a faulty clutch, but it's gonna get better. The more she develops some back and some neck muscle, some top line, the more you get control of all the parts, the more control you'll have over her rhythm, and the more consistent her rhythm will be too. Good. Tickle that bottom jaw. Work your wrists and let go, and work your wrists and then let go, and work your wrists and then let go. Good girl. Little micro takes and gives. And if every now and then you've got to be a little bit of a bull moose in a china shop and say, hey, let go, and then you give, I have no problem with that. Good job. It's a sport. Good girl. Then spiral back out. Slide that left leg back like you're going to kick her in the bum. Good girl. Half a mile an hour more trot. I know. Faster, slower, and very needy this morning. So demanding. Good girl. Yeah. And she is allowed to have all the opinions she wants. You're just not going to care about any of them. Good. Work that jaw and then let go. Yep. Not a democracy. You are a kind and magnanimous overlord. You are the higher mammal. Good for you. Out. Good. Build a bridge between that left hind leg and that right rein. Good. I want her left hind leg to pull on your right rein. Good girl. Yes. Yep. You're allowed to use that left leg. We gave it to you for a reason. You got two. Good girl. When you're ready, you're going to go to canter. Wait. Sit on the back of your butt. Look up at Mr. Tatum. And don't let me make $100 off of your butt. You keep that $100 bill back there. She goes, I don't know how to pick up the canter with you sitting on me. Let's try that one more time. Good. Look up, lean back.
Who is she?
And then 1, 2, 3, boom.
Channing Tatum.
Look up. And boom. Nice. Atta girl. Good. Now spiral this circle in. Left lead's a little easier than the right, huh? So that's normal, first of all. Most horses are left-handed. Take your time. When she breaks, you take your time in the trot, but don't let her change the radius of circle. I know sometimes that's hard in the moment, but stay on whatever size circle you are on. Yeah. Good girl. Very, very, very normal for a horse to be better to the left than to the right. My whole career, I've had 2 right-handed horses, and boy, were they weird. So maybe you spend a little more time working on the left. I'm really glad that we went to the right first. We used our freshest horse for the right. It's tempting to work on the harder side more, but it fatigues faster. Good girl. Yep, you keep working that right jaw down against her bottom teeth with that bit. Take your time, that's okay. Good girl. I love that you don't get frazzled. When she breaks, you're like, meh, whatever. You're not like, the world's gonna end if I don't canter immediately. Oh my God. Canada's gonna invade the Upper Peninsula. It's really not. You're cool. Good. Super. Then spiral back in. Sit that butt down. Open up those hips. Good. I am making no money off of your rear end. I love it. Anybody who did not hear the earlier part of that conversation now thinks I'm crazy.
I walked in on that one.
Good girl. Yep, take your time. Turn. Ah, whee. No problem. The more she gets tired in those little tiny weeny back and neck muscles, the more it's going to be like herding cats. It's fine. Take your time. Make her tough it out. Good girl. Spiral back. Ah. Doesn't matter. None of this matters. It's all good. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, ma'am. Beautifully managed. Good job. Absolutely right. Sit down. Wrap those ankles around her a little bit. It's okay. No running, no scrambling. Good girl. Spiral back out. You make whatever steering choice you need to make down here. If you need to move your circle down, that's fine. Totally fine. Absolutely right. Elbows in, upper body back. If she's scrambling away with you, make a walk transition. Who cares? Good for you. Good for you. Yep, I don't care if you have to rip her head off. She's got to listen to mama. Good for you. And then back to the trot. And if she's still dragging you around, make 10 more walk trot transitions. Good. She does not get to take you off message. It's not like she's being dirty or nasty. She's just saying, no.
It's fine.
And you say, yes. Good. She does not get to take you off message. Good girl. Beautifully managed. You took your time, you waited for the right moment, and now you've got a nice canter. Finish that spiral and then exhale back into trot. Have a plan for your trot. Have a picture in your mind of what that rhythm is going to feel like so that she doesn't pick up the scrambly trot. Whoa. Hey, good for you. Spiral in and out right away. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Big sigh. Oh, poor Peanut. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. You're managing this beautifully, Jess. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, ma'am. Your tummy's strong. Your shoulder blades back and down. Nice. And then spiral back out. You've got it. She is trying so hard to do it her way. Bummer. Good girl. Soften that left arm. Look at you, hotshot. Awesome. A little less inside bend in the neck. I appreciate your initiative, but keep that outside rein, dusting. Good girl. Good girl. Whee. One more time, in and out. Yep, get a half halt in. If the half halt doesn't work, do a full halt. There you go. Or a 3/4 halt, or a 9/10 halt. Absolutely right. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, ma'am. Then soften that left arm. Good job. Good job. Hey, good for you. Spiral back out. Tummy strong. Where's Channing? Atta girl. Nice.
No.
Good girl. Soften that left arm again. Yeah, nicely done. Yep, and she fell apart and you said no problem and got it right back. Look at that. I want her to fall apart. I mean, I don't want her to fall apart. I want them all to be born on the bit and have it be a non-issue, but, you know, I also want to be a bikini model, so there it is. Here on planet Earth, they're going to fall apart. And we use those as teachable moments to say, that's okay, let me show you a better way. Nope, that's okay, let me show you this way. Nope, that's okay, let me show you this way. Until that is their default answer. That's not born, that's learned. Good for you. If we never let them fail, if we carry them around, they never learn the right way. Good for you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Beautifully done. All the way back out to the big circle. Yep. Use that left leg like you're going to shove her little bum over. Yep. And I know, as soon as she starts doing it right, all of a sudden she's going 2 miles an hour because she's tired and it's hard and life is just full of pain and suffering. And I don't care one bit. Good girl. Let her walk. You got some horse training ahead of you, my darling. And horse training isn't always the prettiest, most beautiful thing. Let her screw up.
Okay.
I can't say this enough. Let the horses screw up. Let them screw up. Let them screw up. You could hit the gym and drink some protein shakes and carry this thing around. But eventually, you're going to have to get a bigger bit. And eventually, you're going to have to get bigger spurs. And eventually, and eventually, and eventually. And I don't feel like giving the Harem Springer Company any more money than they're already getting. So, teach her to carry herself. Let it fall apart. And then put her back together. Let it fall apart again. And then put her back together. Until she builds the strength to carry herself. And it's going to take some time. And it's going to have imperfect moments. And who cares? Good girl. I think that's plenty for her today, huh? Good job.
Thank you.
You are so very welcome. Hi. She's a treat. Not all of these halflingers and fjords are so kind and generous and willing.
She's a good egg.
She's a wonderful egg. I should just make clear to all the auditors that I'm going to say things about certain breeds because sometimes there are generalizations that are sometimes true. I love all breeds. They're all wonderful. Dressage is for everything. So, you know, I don't want to read on the internet that Lawrence Fraser hates halflingers because I don't. They're great. Bring it on.
What? Man, I had work today.
I taught a clinic where the first horse of the day was a Morgan, and it was just like the kind of horse that we all want for our amateur students, like fun and safe and kind and charming. And I said, I love this horse, horse of genius, it's a blast. And the last horse of the day was a Morgan, and it was a travesty. Like the saddle fit like this, and the lady didn't have a trainer. It was just like hot mess, hot mess, hot mess. And I said to her, like, man, like I hate to be this guy, but like you need more help than you're getting. Like this is a little bit of a mess for you. What was the feedback from the clinic? I hate Morgans. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Well, that went well.